Welcome back, performance enthusiasts and smart spenders, to Chrono Wheels. There's a war raging on the streets of the modern motorcycle world. On one side you have the hyper-aggressive, angular and tech-drenched nakeds. On the other you have the softly styled, analog-feeling retro roadsters. It's a choice between the future and the past. A choice between feeling connected and feeling coddled. A choice between raw power and timeless style. But what if that choice is a lie? What if you could have it all? What if you could have the soulful, emotional, heart-thumping silhouette of a classic Japanese muscle bike, but with the heart and brain of a 21st century predator? Kawasaki heard you. They looked at their masterpiece, the Z900RS, the bike that perfectly captured the snarling spirit of the 1970s Z1, and asked one dangerous question: what if we didn't just recreate the past? What if we perfected it? This is not a simple facelift. This is not a new color. This is a full-scale technological and mechanical infusion. They've taken a modern classic and given it the tools to not just look the part, but to dominate the road with a level of sophistication its ancestors could never imagine. This is the 2026 Kawasaki Z900RS updated. A retro roadster reborn with ride-by-wire throttle, cruise control, an inertial measurement unit, and a reworked engine for boosted top-end power, all wrapped in that timeless, irresistible Sugumi styling. The past has just received a firmware update, and it's glorious. The soul of the Z900RS remains its legendary 948cc, liquid-cooled, DOHC, inline-4 engine. It's the spiritual successor to the air-cooled Z1 mill. But for 2026, Kawasaki's engineers have gone back inside this masterpiece with a scalpel, not a sledgehammer. The goal? More power, but crucially, more character and more top-end thrill, without losing that iconic torchy mid-range. Here are the estimated results of their work. Horsepower: 120 horsepower at 9,000 RPM, up from approximately 111. This isn't just a number bump. This is about extending the excitement, letting the classic inline-4 scream like its forefathers. Torque: 73 pound-feet at 500 RPM. The mid-range remains gloriously fat and accessible, but the curve has been reshaped to carry that pull further up the rev range. The unique mechanical advantage in this update is twofold: higher compression and revised cam timing. The compression ratio is bumped significantly. Combined with more aggressive camshaft profiles, this transforms the engine's personality at the top end. Where the old bike felt like it signed off early, politely, this new engine demands to be revved. It builds power with an eager, linear rush that crescendos into a classic, metallic Kawasaki howl. It feels more period-correct in its excitement, ironically, through modern engineering. Ride-by-wire throttle, the game-changer. The classic cable-operated throttle is gone. In its place, a state-of-the-art ride-by-wire system. This isn't just for smoothness. It's the enabler. This electronic throttle is the gateway to multiple riding modes, finally. Precise traction control, cruise control, and it delivers buttery smooth, instantaneous response that makes the increased power feel even more accessible and linear. This engine is no longer a retro tribute. It's a retro reimagining, with the civility of the past and the furious top-end intent of a modern superbike. Kawasaki wisely leaves perfection alone. The Z900RS updated retains its sublime high-tensile steel trellis frame. This is the secret to its magic. Unlike the more rigid aluminum frames of its naked Z900 sibling, this steel trellis is tuned for specific, communicative flex. It provides a level of feedback and organic connection to the road that aluminum often filters out. You feel what the tires are doing through the seat of your pants. It's this chassis that gives the bike its living, analog feel, a feeling that is preserved and celebrated in this update. The geometry remains unchanged, a moderate rake and trail that prioritize stable, confidence-inspiring handling over ultra-sharp aggression. It's a bike that feels planted and friendly, not nervous. The estimated wet weight sees a minor increase to 220 kilograms, 485 pounds, due to the added tech, IMU, ride-by-wire servo, etc., but the weight distribution remains flawless, low and central. The key update here is invisible but profound. The marriage of this classic-feeling chassis to the new 6-axis IMU, inertial measurement unit. This tiny brain understands the bike's roll, pitch, yaw, and acceleration in real time. It allows the electronics to work with intelligence, not guesswork, making the bike safer and more capable without altering its pure mechanical feel. The hardware philosophy is refined capability over radical change. The Z900RS has always had quality components, and the 2026 update pushes them further. Suspension. The 41mm inverted forks and horizontal backlink rear shock return, but now with full adjustability, compression, rebound, and preload on both ends. The previous model's preload-only rear shock is gone. This allows expert riders to dial in the perfect setup for riding style and road conditions, transforming the plush, comfortable ride into a taut, corner-carving tool when desired. The tuning is revised to be slightly firmer, complementing the engine's new top-end focus. Braking the system is already excellent, and it gets a significant electronic upgrade. The hardware. Dual 300mm semi-floating discs with radial mount, monoblock 4-piston calipers up front remains top-tier. But they are now governed by the IMU, enabling cornering ABS, Kawasaki cornering management function. This is the huge, invisible leap. You can now brake hard mid-corner with greater safety, as the system modulates pressure based on lean angle. It's a world-class safety net that doesn't interfere with the classic braking feel during normal riding. This package ensures the bike's performance matches its new, more potent engine character. Kawasaki knows you don't mess with a masterpiece. The Tsugomi styling remains utterly, breathtakingly unchanged. And that is its greatest strength. The teardrop fuel tank with its knee pads. The perfectly round LED headlight with its chrome ring. The twin-pod instrument cluster, now with a small digital inset. The ducktail seat and chrome-finished exhaust header. It is a rolling piece of automotive art, a perfect tribute to the Z1. The ergonomics also remain a benchmark for the class. The riding position is sporty, yet relaxed. You sit in the bike, not on top of it. The handlebars are a perfect width and rise, the foot pegs are mid-set, and the seat is plush. It's a position for all-day comfort that still lets you attack a corner when the mood strikes. It is, quite simply, one of the best stock riding positions on any motorcycle, retro or modern. The only visual hint of the update? Perhaps more refined paint options and the subtle addition of LED turn signals. The soul is untouched. The heart and mind, however, have evolved. This is the revolution hidden beneath the classic skin. The Z900RS finally steps into the modern era with a comprehensive yet intuitive electronic suite. The centerpiece is the new TFT-infused analog gauge cluster. The classic twin dials remain, speedo and touch, but between them sits a high-resolution color TFT screen. This displays all the new information cleanly and without spoiling the retro aesthetic. The systems enabled by the ride-by-wire and IMU include 4 riding modes: Sport, Road, Rain, and a customizable rider mode. These alter throttle response and power delivery. Kawasaki Traction Control (KTRC), multiple levels of lean angle sensitive intervention. You can dial in safety or turn it off for pure, unadulterated fun. Cruise Control, a genuine game changer for a retro roadster. This makes highway miles disappear in comfort. Kawasaki Cornering Management, cornering ABS and cornering lights. The IMU manages the ABS and can also activate small cornering lights integrated into the main headlight for better visibility in turns. Smartphone connectivity via the Rideology app, offering navigation prompts, ride logging, and vehicle info on the TFT display. This suite doesn't change the bike's character. It enhances its usability and safety, making the timeless experience accessible in all conditions. So what is the tariff for this technological time machine? For a classic that no longer asks you to sacrifice anything. Positioned as the premium, full-spec variant of the Z900RS line, the 2026 updated model commands a justified premium. Our intelligence points to an MSRP of $12,999. Let that number sit. Now understand what it buys. For roughly $13,000, you are not buying a motorcycle. You are buying a philosophy realized. You are buying the most beautiful retro roadster on the market, now with the performance electronics and refined power delivery to compete head-on with modern naked bikes. It out-techs a Triumph Bonneville T120. It outperforms a Yamaha XSR 900 in polish and style. It is the ultimate all-rounder for the rider who refuses to compromise on aesthetics or ability. The value is in its completeness. There is no longer a but when talking about the Z900 rupees. No, but it has no cruise control. No, but the power signs off early. No, but it has no rider aids. It is now definitively the benchmark. This is the debate I want to see. Sound off in the comments. By adding ride-by-wire, and IMU, and rider modes, has Kawasaki perfected the Z900 rupees, or has it lost the pure, simple, analog soul that made the original so special? In the retro-modern battle, which is the king, the tech-infused high-performance polish of this updated Z900 rupees, or the raw, characterful, and slightly unruly charm of the Yamaha XSR 900? For $13,000, is this the ultimate one-bike garage solution, blending timeless style with modern capability, or would you still choose a sharper, uglier modern naked bike for the same money? Smash that like button if you believe true progress honors the past while embracing the future. Subscribe to Chrono Wheels for the deepest analysis on the bikes that get everything right. Your verdict is the final review. Debate starts now.